My name is Samson, and I'm a member of the Jewish community of St. Catharines, and the synagogue that we belong to is Congregation B'nai Israel, and tonight is the second last night of the 8-day festival of Hanukkah, and we've come to help celebrate at the Recognize, Respect and Rejoice party or concert that the Mayor of St. Catharines puts on. So we're very, very happy to be here with all the helpers that have helped us put this together.
Okay, and can you please explain to our audience out there what exactly is celebrated during Hanukkah?
Okay, thank you for asking that question. Hanukkah is a very joyous festival for the Jewish community all over the world, and it commemorates that 164 years before the birth of Christ, the temple which had been destroyed, the second temple in Jerusalem, was rededicated, and this was as a result of an uprising for religious freedom by a man called Judah Maccabee, and he was rebelling against the king at that time, Antiochus. So the celebration of Hanukkah actually celebrates a miracle, and the miracle was that the oil that they found to light the lamps and rededicate the temple was sufficient only for one night, but miraculously it lasted for 8. So ever since that time, the Jewish community throughout the world celebrates Hanukkah by lighting candles.
Okay. Can you show us the candles?
Yes.
Okay.
So what I'm holding in my hand is called a Chanukiah, and a Chanukiah has 8 places for candles and one for the middle one to light the other candles. So on the first night of Hanukkah, we would light 1 candle, on the second night 2, and then every night afterwards 1 more candle until the 8th night the whole Chanukiah would be lit. So tonight we would light 7.
Okay.
And so that's the Chanukiah.
Okay.
There are also other very important icons that we use on Hanukkah, and one is called a dreidel, or a spinning top, and the significance of the dreidel is that during the time of oppression, the Jewish children were not allowed to learn their language, and so to teach the language the parents devised little games, and the games that they played were to teach the alphabet. And for example, on this particular dreidel we have 4 letters. This would be Nun, that would be Gimel, that would be Hey, and that would be Shin. And then the children play a spinning game. They would put chocolate money into the pot and then spin. And if the dreidel landed on Nun, they wouldn't take anything in or out. If it landed on Gimel, they would take everything. Hey, they would take half, and Shin, they would put 1 in. So this is a very important game that they play all over the world. And the actual letters stand for, in Hebrew, Nes Gadol Haya Sham. Once a great miracle happened there. And if you were actually in Israel playing this game, it would say Nes Gadol Haya Po, which means a miracle happened here, which would be in the land of Israel.
Okay.
And then the other yummy thing about Hanukkah is...
Yes, we want to know the yummy things also.
The yummy things. So this morning there were many members of our community making what we call latkes. Now, a latke traditionally is made out of potatoes and is fried in oil. And once again, frying in oil is the significant part about it, commemorating the festival of oil. So in some communities they have latkes made out of potatoes. Other vegetables can be used, but also donuts would be applicable as well. So donuts could be used as well. Anything that is fried.
Okay.
So we usually eat this either with applesauce or cinnamon and sugar. There's the applesauce, cinnamon and sugar. And so that would be part of our traditional food that we have on Hanukkah.
Okay. Now, why did you choose to explain this also with music and concert at the annual Mayor's festival?
Yeah, thank you for asking me that question.
Yes.
Well, I got involved with this initially when the man who organizes this, Salah Hamdani, approached our Jewish community and asked if we would be sponsors. And at that time it was a financial sponsorship. This year it's actually free. And our rabbi asked if I would provide some entertainment because I have a klezmer band. So for the last 3 years, my klezmer band has been playing at the concert. And this year, we are very fortunate in having a very well-known chazan who has just arrived, Mr. Edi Al Adha. Hi.
Yes, hi.
Yes, we are doing an interview and we are happy to have you right on the spot.
It's nice to be had.
I'm sure we're going to see you play when you get on stage.
Yes, I'll be playing a little later.
You are welcome to St. Catharines.
Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. Yes, sir.
Good. So I got involved by providing music, and for the last 4 years now, I have been the contact person between the Mayor's Committee and the man Salah Hamdani, who asks me to do these things. And this year we have provided the table for everybody to learn. We provided a lot of latkes for everybody to eat. And this year I'm resting, my band is resting, and we're going to listen to the lovely Chazan singing his songs.
Okay. And I also noticed on the table that you have a bread sitting there. So can you tell us what exactly you do with the bread and what is the significance of the bread?
Okay. At this point I'll ask Debbie, who is our helper, and organized the whole table.
Yes.
Debbie Hecker, to explain the challah.
Okay. Debbie, please explain to us. Go ahead.
My pleasure. My pleasure. The challah is significant to the Jewish table. Every Friday night, which is the beginning of our Sabbath, we always have a challah. It isn't, this one happens to be braided. They are not always braided. They're braided for holidays usually. But challah is significant to all Jewish holidays. The only holiday it isn't significant to is Passover, where we use matzah. But for Hanukkah, we would still use it, even though it's the latke that we fry in the oil. But because it is a holiday, we would still, at the meal, have the challah bread, which is the traditional Jewish bread.
And can anybody share out of the bread, even if you are not Jewish?
Of course, it's meant to be shared.
Okay. So, and we're going to have a taste of the bread. You see, Mosaic Edition would always like to taste ethnic food, cultural food. So, viewers, we're going to take out of the bread and see the uniqueness of this celebration with the eating of the bread at Hanukkah.
Right. And here comes a piece for you right now. You come and stand in front.
Okay, my audience, I'm going to have a taste of the Hanukkah bread, and it's been given to me courtesy of the congregation B'nai Israel. They are here to celebrate Hanukkah at the Mayor's Respect, Rejoice and Recognize conference.
What do you think?
I will need more to take home.
Stop by afterwards if there's any left.
Well, I thank you so much for honoring our invitation to this interview slot, and we thank you for your contribution to multiculturalism and to the learning experience which you bring to those who are not Jewish during this time of celebration. Well, I thank you for being part of this interview.
Well, it's our pleasure, and thank you very much for stopping by and trying to find out more about this. We thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope everybody enjoys the concert. It should be a great evening.